Hi students, we are learning about weather and climate. Welcome to the class. Today we will learn about the cloud cover and sunshine and also the uses of weather maps. We have already learned about the different elements of weather and climate such as temperature, atmospheric pressure, precipitation, wind, humidity, and today we will learn about cloud cover and sunshine. These two are important elements of weather. Students, we have learned about humidity in the last class. So humidity, that means the water vapor. Water bodies are the major source of water vapor in the atmosphere. So when this evaporation taking place, when the heat energy received by the seas, that time only evaporation from the water body is taking place. So if there is too much amount of clouds in the atmosphere, the heat energy reaching on the Earth's surface, it will be less. So here the formation of clouds, that is related with the amount of evaporation. More evaporation means more number of clouds will be formed. How these clouds are forming? Yes, after the evaporation, these water vapor, they are going to the higher levels of atmosphere. In the higher levels of atmosphere, the temperature is low. Because of that, water vapor will changes into water droplets. How they are changing into water droplets? Due to the low temperature in the higher levels of atmosphere, the ability or capacity of the air to hold the moisture that reduces. So the air gets saturated. Saturated air means it carrying its maximum capacity of water vapor. And in which temperature the air is get saturated, that temperature is named as a dew point. So in the higher levels of atmosphere, air gets saturated, water vapor reaches its dew point, and that time water vapor will condense around the dust particles. How dust particles are present in the atmosphere? They are coming from the earth itself. So these dust particles, they will become the nucleus for the condensation process, and that leads to the formation of a number of clouds. These clouds, they are very minute particles, but when more evaporation taking place, that leads to the formation of a number of condensed particles. They will join together to form large clouds. So this is how clouds are forming. But the formation of clouds or evaporation process, that is mainly related with the availability of heat energy from the sun. So the heat energy the earth's receiving from the sun, it is named as insolation. Daytime earth receives insolation. But if there is more number of clouds, this insolation will be trapped by the clouds. Sometimes it will be scattered in the atmosphere. So insolation reaching on the earth's surface, it will be reduced if there is more number of clouds. On the other hand, at night what happens? After receiving the insolation, Earth's surface, it radiates the energy back to the atmosphere. That radiation is named as terrestrial radiation. So when the terrestrial radiation going to the space, that time also these clouds will trap the heat energy, and because of that we will experience a hot condition. That happens naturally. But in the desert region, there will not be any clouds because there is no water bodies to form the water vapor and the clouds. So in the deserts, it will be hot during the day and very cold during the night. So these clouds, they are the main source of rain or snowfall or hail or sleet on the earth. So these clouds can be classified or named on the basis of their shape, size, color and height. Here you can see the cirrus clouds. They are the most common form of high-level clouds. That means they are found around 12 kilometers above the Earth's surface. They are very thin and they appear like a tail of a horse. So when we see the cirrus clouds in the atmosphere, we can understand that it indicating a fair weather. Next is the cumulus clouds. They are low-level clouds. That means they found between 6 kilometers to 12 kilometers of height. They are fluffy in appearance. That means they look like a cauliflower. Cumulus clouds also indicating fair weather. Then also when they are having very large size, that time they bring precipitation. Another type of clouds, stratus clouds or low-level clouds. They are found between the height of 4 to 6 kilometers. They mainly have a uniform appearance, means a grey or white color. And they bring drizzle or small amount of snowfall. They have a horizontal layering appearance. Nimbus clouds are the actual rain clouds. They are very dark in appearance. When we receive very heavy rainfall, that is related with the nimbus clouds. Sometimes they combine with the cumulus clouds and forms cumulonimbus clouds. That means cumulonimbus means a thunderhead. These clouds bring storm, hail and tornadoes, and the precipitation is mainly related with the nimbus clouds. Sunshine, that is an important element of the weather and climate. The sunshine that receiving by the earth's surface in different pattern. It is mainly related with the circular shape of the earth. So you can see here sun's rays, they are coming to the surface of the earth in a vertical pattern because sun is a very large heavenly body than the earth. So near to the equator, sun's rays falls vertically. These rays concentrating here only on a small area. So the heat energy that concentrating on small area, because of that its heating capacity is more. And again the heat energy travel through the atmosphere near to the equator. That also will be short distance. So vertical rays are hotter, and that's why equatorial region experiencing high temperature throughout the year. On the other hand, if you watch these rays which is receiving by the high latitudes, means towards the polar region, the straight rays, but when they fall over the spherical earth, they are slanting in pattern and they spread over a large area. So the heat energy is spreading over large area. Because of that their heating capacity is decreasing. And again the sun's rays moving through the atmosphere for a long distance. Because of that heat energy that brings to the earth's surface, its amount will decrease. That's why polar regions experiencing a cold condition. So equatorial regions are the hottest region and polar regions are the coldest regions. In previous classes we have learned about many instruments that helps to measure or record the atmospheric conditions. Here there is one instrument. This is not used for recording or measuring any element of weather. This is actually a instrument which is housing many other meteorological instruments. It is named as Stephenson screen. It is mounted on a metal stand. Here you can find 4 thermometers are kept here. maximum thermometer, minimum thermometer, dry bulb thermometer and wet bulb thermometer. That means the instrument which measure the maximum and minimum temperature, the instrument which measure the humidity of the atmosphere. All these are kept in the Stevenson screen. This is actually made of wood and you can find it is aerated. Air, it can circulate through this wooden roof, and its roof, it is having enough space in between. Double layer is provided for the circulation of air. Because of that, these instruments will be able to record the temperature of the atmosphere. Otherwise, they will record the temperature of the instrument, because when the sun heat these instruments, that only will be recorded by the thermometers. But the aerated instrument, that helps these thermometers to show the actual air temperature. And because of that, these thermometers are kept in the Stevenson screen. So this helps us to find the shade temperature. Meteorological stations are present all over the world to gather data regarding the atmospheric conditions with the help of satellites and weather instruments. In India, Indian Meteorological Department observe meteorological conditions and forecast weather. The scientific study of weather conditions is called meteorology. Scientists who collect this data by using various instruments to record and prepare weather reports, they are known as meteorologists. Weather forecast means the prediction of weather conditions issued by the meteorological department of a country on the basis of the data collected by use of various instruments. Weather forecasts made by meteorological stations are very important for us because the conditions of weather such as wind, direction, velocity and cloud cover guide air traffic. Temperature, humidity and precipitation control the cropping pattern and cropping seasons of a place. Thus, weather forecast will help the farmers to prepare for any changes in the weather conditions. Military operations, geographical expeditions, important sports events all take into consideration weather forecasting and weather recordings. This also helps to avert, means reduce, damage caused by natural climatic disasters such as hurricanes, cyclones, floods, etc. In a weather map, there are number of symbols using to indicate the weather conditions. In this map, you can find an isotherm. Isotherm means these lines will connect the places with the same temperature. For example, here it is 15 degrees Celsius. Here also 15 degrees Celsius. That means through which places this line is passing, though all those regions experiencing 15 degree Celsius temperature. So here 25 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius. So all these regions experiencing 25 degrees Celsius temperature. So here another circle that is also 25 degrees Celsius temperature itself. But these two are not connecting because in between there is a difference in the temperature between these areas. So isotherms are the lines that joining places with the same temperature in a weather map. This is another map. In this map you can find many lines. These lines are connecting the places which receive same amount of rainfall. So here 1 centimeter and here also 1 centimeter. That means in the month of January, these places receiving 1 centimeter of rainfall. So these lines are named as ISO heights. So ISO heights means the lines which connect the places with the same precipitation or same rainfall in a weather map.